Page 3 of the Algebra 2, Chapter 5 review coming at you. Page 3 and the last page. So the question number 14 asks you to graph. So we're going to be graphing radicals here, and there's two shapes involved. If it's an even root, it looks like this. And if it's odd root, it will look like this, but then also with its little tail. So this and kind of flipped around. So it's that. So this is an odd root because this is the fifth root. So the graph is going to look like this. This being at the origin. So the +3 on the inside means left. Move it left 3 units. And the -1 means move it down 1. As you know, we've been doing a lot of these. So this point right here is this middle point. So you move it left 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 1. So that's where that middle point's going to be. Graph it carefully. So that's like that square root graph, but rotated. And then the second part is just like the regular square root graph. And that's what it looks like. Now it says domain and range. So domain and range on any odd root basically is going to be all real numbers. And you know, if you remember, the way to do this is this. Domain, you will take your pencil and move it up and down the x-axis. And if the graph is touching it, and it will always be touching it, you start at negative infinity to positive infinity. So that's the domain. You can say all real numbers, or you can say negative infinity to positive infinity. They mean the same thing. Range is the y. So you'll take your pencil, you'll hold it. Whoa, I'm trying to rotate this. I don't know if I can. Let's just do it this way. You'll hold it like this now. Start as low as you can on the y-axis. I just screwed that up. Hold on a second. So it will be touching it down here because this side is going all the way down. It keeps going down and it keeps touching it. The right-hand side keeps going up, so it will still be touching it. So the domain and range are the same. It's going to be negative infinity to positive infinity as well. And you know that always happens for odd roots, so you don't really even have to do the test. And basically you can take the odd root of any number, so the domain being everything fits. Number 15. The volume of a sphere is given, and we're going to figure out what the radius is if the volume is 10. So this is more or less just plug everything in. So the volume is 10. And we're solving for r. So make sure you follow your reverse order of operations. Now, one way to do this safely is, remember, pi is just a constant. So you can just divide both sides by 4/3 pi. So you're undoing that multiplication on the right side, which is what you normally do. Now you have to be careful on your calculator. Use the fraction key on this if you're uncomfortable. Make it look exactly how it looks on the screen. I'm actually doing that right now. And the answer is 2.3873. Now that's equal to r cubed. Now you have to get rid of the cube. To undo a cube, you need to cube root both sides. So I'm going to cube root this answer. Now in your calculator, you can just type in the cube root and then scroll up to that last answer we got and do it. So R equals 1.33. It's the nearest hundredth, so it's 1.336, and that would be inches because the volume was inches cubed. Finally, another applied question, real life problem. So it says there's an amusement park ride and the maximum speed is v, and it gives you this equation. H is the height and g is the acceleration due to gravity, which is given. So g is 9.8. We can plug that in right now. I'm going to do that as a matter of fact. Two times 9.8 is 19.6. And now, I mean, I just wanted to get that G out of the way because that's just getting in the way. It says G is 9.8, so let's just keep it at that. Now it's saying determine the height at the top of the swing of a rider whose maximum speed is 15. So 15 is the speed, which is V. So that tells me I have to plug 15 in for V. I'm trying to solve for the height. That's good because it's right here. So the first thing you have to do, and this is just like solving any regular equation, is you're going to have to square both sides to get rid of this square root. So I'm going to square both sides. And 15 squared is 225. On the right-hand side, it just gets rid of the square root. So now we have pretty much an easy problem here. You just have to get rid of the 19.6. Just by division. So, oops, that's 225. So 225 divided by 19.6 is 11.479. I'm assuming they're nearest 100th, even they didn't say. So 11.48. And to figure out the units of that, we'll just look at the problem. It says height is in meters. So since I just solved for height, there you go. So that was page 3 and the last page of your review. There will be one more video showing some calculator stuff. If you're interested in watching that, please do.